Hello everyone, this is Ms. Swathi. So these are your assignment questions for the day 3. Let's move on to the questions. The first question is, what is the use of a .pem file and why it's required? So PEM is nothing but privacy enhanced mail that are type of public key infrastructure used for keys and certificates. So PEM initially invented to make email secure and is now an internet security standard. So PEM is required to establish a secure connection between client and server over a non-secure network. When a new user creates a new when a new user creates a new instances. So let's move on to the next question. So why do we use AWS S3 and why can't we store files and images or static content on EC2 instances? So Amazon Web Server Simple Storage Services is an object storage service that offers data availability, security, and performance. So why do we use AWS S3 means it is used to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere. So it is recommended to store dynamic files on EC2 instance. So the dynamic files are nothing but the information on the file will change frequently. For example, our buffer files and cache files. So we can also store static files on EC2 instance, but it is not recommended because the static files could be very larger. So we need to extend the EC2 space that will be very expensive. So let's move on to the next questions. What are non-relational database and what is the major difference between relational database versus non-relational database? So non-relational database is a database that doesn't use the tabular schema of rows and columns. The major difference between relational and non-relational database are in relational database, the data is stored in the form of row, that is in the form of tuple. So it contains the number of tables and data that can be easily accessed because the data is stored in the table. This model was proposed by E.F. Cord, and in NoSQL database that doesn't use table to store the data like a relational database. It is used for storing and fetching the data in database and generally used to store the large amount of data, and it supports query language and provides a better performance. So let's move on to the final question. How do we decide whether we should use a relational database or no SQL database? So the choice of database selection between relational database or non-relational database is entirely different from its application. So, relational database is the best choice for the organization who needs more dynamic data and is to store. And it is access multiple servers through locally in the cloud is non-relational database is the best choice. So that's all for today. Thank you.